Five Spurs trades that were the most painful for fans. Huh. Well, Kawhi has to be on there, right? Kawhi. Obviously, yeah, Derek. I wasn't personally hurt by the DeJounte trade, but DeJounte. Love the channel, man. Thanks, Matthew. Matthew Garcia. Thank you, man. We're going way back. So they got number 5, Sean Elliott for Dennis Rodman. I'm assuming number 1 is going to be the most painful. Okay. Sean Elliott for Dennis Rodman. 93. Was it worth it? I called it a wash. While Rodman only spent 2 seasons with the Spurs, his defense and grit almost helped them reach their first finals in 1995 before they were upset by Hakeem Olajuwon and the Houston Rockets. However, his childish attitude was too much, and he was shipped to Chicago. That is true. That's why I don't like the comparisons between Dennis Rodman and Sohan. Do they have the same number? Yes. Do they both play crazy defense? Yes. Do they both have a lot of piercings? Yes. Do they both have a lot of tattoos? Yes. That's as far as it goes, though. I think offensively, they're nothing alike, like at all. And then personality-wise, they're nothing alike at all. Interesting. All right. Anyways, let's see. Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green for DeMar DeRozan and Jakob. Yeah. Jeez, guys. Looking back, you know, I know back then the San Antonio Spurs couldn't make anything else happen. That was literally it. And thank God for Brian Wright coming into the mix, because initially what they were going to do is get rid of Kawhi Leonard for DeMar DeRozan straight up, and that was it. Thank God he went ahead and added Jakob into the mix, because that ended up being huge for us, right? I believe that's why we even have the Raptors pick in 2024, and they more than likely will probably get a 7th or 8th overall pick, which will go to us since 1 through 6 is protected. But man, thank God he made that deal, because that would have been rough without that. Good stuff though, and we did good by, or we were good by DeMar DeRozan, so he was willing to sign and trade. So Spurs got some good stuff out of it. But it says, was it worth it? It was most definitely worth it, I think. But it wouldn't have been worth it if it was just Kawhi and DeRozan straight up. Sorta, the drama needed to end, and the Spurs did what they had to do to move on. But it would be a lie to say the results were as hoped. While they got one more playoff appearance out of DeRozan era and plenty of production from Pirtle, Leonard and Green have combined for 3 more championships since. I guess the Kawhi can't even stay healthy a season though. I mean, imagine, like, while I loved Kawhi when he was with us, and like obviously I even got like the Kawhi. I always bring this up, but I got the Kawhi statue here. Like wouldn't get rid of it. I really wouldn't want to get rid of it, because it's literally like one of the only of its kind, because he got traded like shortly after that one came out. But man, it would be a nightmare right now, because he would still be dealing with some of these issues that he's dealing with. I mean, I think that he'll be in a better shape, but at the same time, that was rough. Malik Rose. I can never say it. Malik Rose for Muhammad. This is the first Spurs trade that truly upset me as a fan. I may have cried a little and legitimately hated Greg Popovich for a game or two after. If I recall, fans even booed. Oh, they did? Real? This is 2005. They booed? If I recall, fans even booed Popovich at the first home game after this trade. Rose was and still is one of the Spursiest Spurs of all time. He's the one player I met multiple times, sometimes randomly, and I love talking to him. This trade truly hurt my heart. Did people hate Popovich around this time? I mean, because at this point he would have won 2 championships already. Or did most people at that time, like, I don't know the consensus of the Spurs fans at around that time. Okay, I wasn't like on the internet or looking at forums like that. You said I don't remember the boos, but I do remember Rose was loved. Okay, I just don't remember I wouldn't have known about this. That's insane though. Maybe it was the idea like Duncan gave us those championships. I know people hated Popovich when he first became coach. I know that for a fact. I mean, articles and newspapers shown that yeah, people hated Popovich when he first became coach. Anyways, yes, however, briefly, Muhammad provided the Spurs with the defensive presence at center. They had been lacking since David Robinson retired, and they needed every bit of it to get by the defending champion Pistons to win the championship. While he ultimately went down as just one of the many in a long line of centers to start next to Tim Duncan, the trade paid off. You know what's funny? One thing that's funny as well is one thing I absolutely love about the Spurs and why I do think that Giannis could potentially end up coming to the San Antonio Spurs is because the Bucks are pretty stagnant. And he kind of alluded to this as well, that they're not necessarily making their team better. And that's the thing. Like it obviously this isn't true, but you'll get what I'm saying. Like anybody can win one championship, right? Like a franchise could win a championship, but we're talking dynasty. Like Giannis is good enough where he should be in a franchise where they're creating a dynasty or working towards creating a dynasty. But I think that they've gotten really complacent. And the thing about it is you need to continuously get better. You can't just look at the team and say, oh, we won one, that's good enough. Spurs never did that. They were always making moves, always getting better. That's why I never understood the whole criticism that the Spurs don't make moves. That's not true at all. I feel like after 2007, they were just lacking. Oh, crap. Shortly after 2007, well, not that long after 2007, they were just lacking a wing, a defensive wing. And they were searching for it. They were searching for it with Steven Jackson. They were searching for it with Richard Jefferson. And they eventually made a big swing and then got Kawhi. But you're always making moves. You're never good enough. And I think that that's what makes them special. That's crazy to put Derek White at 2 over the Kawhi Leonard one. And even maybe in the Sean Elliott one. That's kind of insane. Derek White should probably be 4 or 5. But we'll see. Derek White for Josh Richardson and Romeo Langford. Was it worth it? They wouldn't know this yet, right? But I think it's worth it. But considering this was one of the several tank moves, and the Spurs ended up with, he's gonna say, yeah, well, Miami. Yes, it was. However, if they hadn't gotten lucky in the lottery and the tank dragged on for many more seasons, fans would probably still be wishing this trade had never happened because it wouldn't have been worth the pain. You guys know I love Derek White. I mean, it was this at one point. This was just the Derek White channel, right? It was like Derek White channel and then the Josh Primo channel. Like these are two players that I loved as players, and I love Derek White even more so. It seems off the court. I thought he was pretty cool. He came across pretty cool. But when he got traded, I actually wasn't that upset. We did the tribute song or whatever, Dear Derek. I'm gonna do one, Dear Wemby too. I was thinking about getting my new mic first before I do it, just so the song sounds better. But anyways, besides the point. But this trade, I thought it was definitely worth it at the time. I was like, yeah, it's time to tank. But I also thought that DeJounte should have been gone immediately, but they did it a better way. Get him as an all-star and then make that move. So it was much better. That is funny. He didn't even put DeJounte Murray on here at all. Oh, wait, honorable mention. DeJounte Murray. While this will go down as very noteworthy trade in Spurs history since it showed what direction the Spurs were picking and it paid off both the short and long term, it doesn't make the top 5 in terms of heartbreak just because Murray wasn't exactly an endearing personality. He didn't take long to alienate himself from fans after the trade, and fans had become somewhat immune to the shock of trades at this point, especially due to one listed below. Now onto the top 5. Oh, okay. I disagree with this part that he wasn't an endearing personality because I felt like I was arguing with people about Murray forever, like especially the off-court stuff, and everyone was just like, "Why are you bringing this up? Why are you bringing up that? Why are you talking?" And it's like, dude, I think it's kind of shady. Some of the stuff is shady, like how he would like disrespect all his exes and stuff. I felt like it would have and it would come back on us eventually. And it did. He got traded from the Spurs, and then he eventually like went at us. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. George Hill for Kawhi Leonard. Was it worth it? Of course it was. While Leonard ultimately cut his Spurs career short, it's probably the best trade in team history. Oh, yes. Since they essentially traded a glorified role player for what turned out to be a top 10 player and got another championship out of it. Still, it goes to show that sometimes even the best trade can still be the most painful when the player going out is an all-time fan favorite. Great stuff, man. This was actually a really good article. What the heck? Who wrote this? Marilyn Dubinsky. Good stuff. Before everything came out, I liked him a lot, but I don't think trading was heartbreaking for that many Spurs fans. I felt like a lot of people were pretty upset, but yeah, it like the article pointed out, yeah, people were pretty like accustomed to it at that point. Maryland always has great articles. Let's see. What's another one that looks interesting? Looking back at some of the funniest Spurs moments. Oh yeah, him laughing at Howard. It's gonna be a bunch of Duncan stuff, right? Yeah, that's great. Also, this is like off record. I don't think I talked about this on the actual video, but check this out. Let me see if I can find it. Look at this. So on sports, well, hold on. Where is it? Is it this one? Oh wait, that was it. I'm stupid. So this was posted on Sports Illustrated as well. It says, it was talking about Primo, and it says Spurs YouTuber. Crazy, because I never saw myself as a YouTuber. But that's pretty cool. Clan the Spurs fan was one of the first to point out Primo's easy to miss inclusion in the video of the pickup game. He also shared some recent workout footage from Primo. So cool. So cool. I don't know. I was just saying, it's cool that I was included. I like to be included. If any other writers want to include me in their article, please do. It's interesting. Go look at where Bleacher Report tanks Wemby in the top 100 players next season. Would be a great topic for you to look at right now. Let's we'll take a look at that in a minute.